as a reflection of the divine. And we have what he's talking of is awakened souls interacting in this neo-matrix of sound and vibration. So from this community of brotherly love, we're still going through an inertia point in terms of the progression of our own evolution, and we will see a bit of the dross. He calls the seventh age, which is just before the war of all against all. A tomato that's been left on the counter too long. It stinks, and that's where we are. So we can smell this. Take a big whiff. And then we also, he talks back to about the last third of each epoch being the sort of the hiccup that makes it into the next one. It's just that little pinch that was taken from Lemuria to become Atlantis, from Atlantis to become our modern civilization, and from the last third of our modern civilization to become the astral one, which is occurring in the sixth epoch, when we are progressing through the seven seals, as Steiner and John have told us. An interesting point here is, for those interested in the Atlantean conspiracy, etc., it's not a conspiracy insofar as it's untrue, it's a conspiracy insofar as its relation to empirical discovery, because we only have our carbon dating methods and our few hundreds of thousands of years, and that's how we think of the world. But Steiner tells us that the fifth race, or the fifth age of the fourth epoch, the Atlantean epoch, on the oceans to the west of Ireland, were the most advanced Atlantean race. And from this race, emigrating east, is what became the powerful Indian, Persian, Babylonian, Grecan, list of civilizations that emerged in the following epoch. That they're all coming from this fifth Atlantean race on the west coast of Ireland Ocean. And they progressed forth. And from them proceeded various cultures up to our own. So we see that our present culture originated in a small group of Atlanteans. Now, this migration began in the fifth stage of the Atlantean epoch. A sixth and seventh race also emigrated, but they were lukewarm, and the spawn of these sixth and seventh groups of Atlanteans were evolutionary bottle corks. There was nowhere to get out and progress further from them. The fifth root race and the sixth and seventh follow-up are related, like the bark which is lignified and hardened is related to the sappy stem. So this fifth root race and the sixth and seventh that followed, and those three races or ages being the last third that is always grabbed in any epoch to sort of hiccup the next epoch forward. So this fifth race, this root race, sent out bearers of culture who created new civilizations capable of growing and becoming ever more perfect. The ones that are continuing our planetary alchemical cycle. Everything has been growing within our own epoch, within this epoch, from the ancient Indian to our own. We have this from the Brahmic zero to the time wave zero. Our own death and rebirth is an epoch, which every epoch must go through. Just as it happened at that time with the fifth race, that it provided men who were capable of development, and with the sixth and seventh, that they experienced a descent, so it will also be in our epoch. Though it is worth noting that he does say that sixth age in our epoch, the community of Philadelphia, will be the seedlings of the epoch cast into the sixth seventh seal progression. Yeah, and it will be the seeds of what occurs after the War of All Against All, after WOAAA, which happens at the end of our epoch. So what happens after WOAAA? Then what is the question? There's two streams. One is this, now mind you, we're in the sixth epoch now, which can be considered the seven seals, and it's an astral, though the earth is still physical, we're integrating with an astral plane. The first stream is the stream of Philadelphia, which is surviving with this principle of progress, of inner freedom, of brotherly love. A small band has been drawn from every tribe and nation. And the second stream is the great mass of all those who will be lukewarm. So we're still flowing together. The alchemical separating, incrustation, and almost absence making or becoming of light, and the polarities of those two things are continuing past this War of All Against All. So there's two streams, the stream of Philadelphia and this lukewarm stream, though is separate from the stream of Philadelphia. Those who grow, the stream of Philadelphia is always seeking to redivert this current into itself, thereby allowing the ones that are coming out of the lukewarm stream to reveal the same phenomenon to their compatriots, their group members, the others that are in the boat with them. And so after this, the WOAAA, the War of All Against All, the evil stream will be led over to the good stream by it. One of the principal tasks, this is one of the principal tasks after this, would be to reserve what can be rescued from those who, after the WOAAA, only have the impulse to fight and desire to express the most external form of their egoism, this accumulation, greediness, our want and our desire to accumulate. This is still present in this lukewarm stream, and this song and dance will continue into our sixth epoch. And do not consider this separation of the streams as unduly severe in the plan of creation, or as something which should be disputed, that mankind will be divided by those who will stand on the right and those who will stand on the left. Consider it wise in the highest degree in the plan of creation. And here we have this notion of the alchemical strengthening. The good will make every effort to receive the evil, and occult forces will operate in this manner, and the evil separating from the good will be its greatest strengthening, will be the good's greatest furthering. The next great epoch, in this next great epoch, beings will know how to set these occult forces in motion. And what we're talking about is the planetary separation of the shell of our egoic sluggishness against the metamorphosized phoenix, the expression of our individualized egoic planetary freedom, and nothing less than the loss of our physicality and our journey into the astral presentation of our composition. And the movement which is preparing for this says the following to its pupils: men speak of good and evil, but they do not know that it is necessary in the great plan that evil too should come to a peak, in order that those who have to overcome it should, in the very overcoming of evil, so use their force that a still greater good results from it. Thusly, the most capable must be chosen and prepared to live beyond the period of this war of all against all, when beings will confront those who bear in their countenance the sign of evil. They must be so prepared that as much good force as possible will flow into